Calcium Holographics has opened a unique family attraction in Australia.
A new ultra-thin electronic skin has been laminated onto a human hand.
Hello everyone, today we are sitting in a time capsule and launching ourselves into the future.
We could beam anybody in 4K volumetric resolution in under a second anywhere in the world.
We are curious about what the world will look like tomorrow and can't wait to share it with you. So let's dig in. Number 1, holograms. We are reaching the era where the wildest dreams are soon to become a reality. In Australia, there is a park that's creating massive images of animals walking around and putting everyone nearby into a state of awe.
You can deliver a similar experience with virtual or augmented reality headsets.
These holographic beams of light are enough to make you wonder, are we closer to creating holograms than we thought? That's what scientists think, at least. They are working on making holograms a reality, and seeing devices like Apple Vision Pro are only making the public more excited about the future. Number 2, the Baby Translator. An application is underway that can translate a baby's cries. Yeah, you heard that right. It can decode what the baby wants, making it 10 times easier for new parents to navigate early parenthood. That's not all.
Including hunger, pain, gas, and want a hug.
The end goal is to decode all of a baby's cries. Experts believe that babies tend to cry in a specific way if they have any developmental disorders. Babies with autism, breathing issues, heart problems, and even hearing issues have a specific cry. Scientists want to decode them all to detect early on what the baby is suffering from. Can you get more futuristic than this? Number 3, Bigfoot is real. Bigfoot has always enchanted people, but it is very much possible that we are closer to finding the Yeti than we are today. Through AI, researchers plan to dig deep into the clues and track down the massive creature. They have already started their search, and experts predict it is only a matter of time before we find the exotic beast. Number 4, Meteor might hit Earth. In a NASA study, there are wild claims being made of a hazardous asteroid colliding with Earth in the near future. This asteroid has never been identified before, and there is a 72% chance that it will crash on Earth. The researchers have given it a 14-year mark, claiming that Earth is not prepared to handle the consequences. Although the claim was made through calculations, it is the best way to predict any meteor clash in the future. Number 5, a black hole is inching closer. There are reports from NASA about a black hole coming pretty close to Earth. It has a mass 4 times the size of the Sun and is only 1,000 light-years away from the Earth.
There could be millions of these stellar black holes in the Milky Way alone.
The last known black hole that was the closest to Earth was 3,000 light-years away. But scientists are not worried. They are claiming that it doesn't directly impact Earth or humans. They think that humans are unbelievably safe from black holes. But what if it comes closer than expected? Well, let's just hope it doesn't happen. Number 6, tasting virtual reality food. In the coming years, the world of VR will have crept into every industry, and restaurants will not be left behind. Can you imagine smelling and tasting the food before you actually eat it? That's not a mere dream anymore.
That was a hoot! The company also wants to play with your senses in the stateroom.
Researchers are hopping in on the chance to bring you the aromatic smells into the world of VR. A simple scent cartridge hooked up with the VR setup will slide you into a world unlike any other you've seen before. The textures, the smells, and the taste will all be in front of you, even before you eat the dish. Pretty amazing, right? Number 7. 3D printing will become a norm. 3D printing sounds like a rich person's dream today, but that's not going to be the case in the future. That's actually what has gotten the world scared. Everyone will have access to a 3D printer. That means anyone can build practically anything, from weapons to bioweapons, you name it, and it will be there at your house. Number 8, Rise of the Dead. Did you know corpses could be turned into robots? There is a whole field out there studying the idea, and it is called necrobotics. What's interesting is that dead spiders have already been turned into working robots.
So this is the walking part of the robot, and you're also working on the flight control.
They act as grippers and have shown a tremendous amount of success. Here is where it gets scary. Scientists aren't stopping at one kind of spider. They think that other spiders can be turned into better and more functional robots. Can you imagine a dead army of animals in the future? It doesn't seem out of the question today. How far do you think they will go? Number 9. World War III. With how the world is escalating today, we could very well be looking at the start of World War III. The Israel conflict, the goals of Trump if he becomes president, and China's rise to becoming a superpower, Ukraine war, any one of these can act as triggers to what could be the end of the world. Which one do you think is most likely to attack first? Number 10. Cloning. Experts are predicting that we aren't far from seeing people make desirable clones. Yes, I'm talking about designer babies. There are studies that are working on giving parents the desirable genes to save children from genetic diseases.
Now that we've incubated this overnight, our ligation should contain some plasmid molecules with the insert in it.
But we all know how this works. All it takes is a rogue scientist, and people will be looking at babies with desirable physical features, and playing with nature rarely goes in people's favor. Number 11. Hyperloop 1. Elon Musk came up with an idea so dramatic that even his audience was shocked. He claimed that he would design a nearly airless tube that would run at a blazing speed of 760 miles per hour.
Take a little bit more time before we go supersonic, though. First, the companies have to prove the tech is safe.
Distances of nearly 6 hours would be reached at a minimum of 30 minutes. Sadly, the company is on the brink of a shutdown, but the experts believe that the future holds a place for Hyperloop 1. We will be seeing it happen much sooner than we had expected. Number 12. The zombie virus. Scientists discovered something unimaginable in Siberia, something that has made the world scared of the future. Hidden deep in the permafrost, scientists found thousands and millions of viruses buried. Any human exposure to these viruses could open up a new chapter of another terrifying pandemic season.
Have found the potential revival of viruses could infect animals or humans.
And it isn't a hoax. Of these viruses, there are 13 that could affect humans. One of them is nearly 50,000 years old. What's scary is that the scientists have no clue how they would affect humans. Some of them are a threat to both plants and animals. Isn't that scary? Number 13. Mind control through music. This is a prediction that was made by Simpsons, so this might become true sooner than later. Top music is charting every day, reaching billions of users.
That this same technology could also be used by DARPA as a new form of mind control.
Simpsons predict that the concerts will soon have music that will brainwash its audience. The prime target will be the locals, and the saboteurs will be the government. It is unclear how they will use it to manipulate people, but rest assured, no option will be decent enough for people to accept it. Number 14. Everything will be digital. What we're looking at is a digital world in the future. That means even the body parts will be digital. It is already happening. If 3D printed organs weren't revolutionary enough, experts are now making e-skin. It can help give the amputees an artificial skin
roots in components found in e-book readers and curved televisions
that feels and senses just like a human skin would. While that sounds absolutely amazing, the idea is still in the works. But experts predict that this e-skin could be plastered on robots, fooling humans into thinking robots are a part of them. It could completely change the outlook on robots. Number 15. Reincarnation through AI. There is an AI app in the works that is spookier than you think. The new app is working on bringing your dead loved ones to life. It will take on the image of the dead, and you can have a face-to-face conversation with them any time of the day.
100 years from now, and you're the great-great-great-grandparent of this person.
The world is divided over the idea, but many of them are rightfully creeped out. What if somebody decides to create a replica of the loved one in real life. Who could possibly stop a hacker from intercepting the digital life story of a dead person? Number 16. Mystery of aliens finally solved. NASA experts think they are closer to tracking aliens down. They think that 1 in every 5 stars has at least one planet where life might exist. Some of these worlds are bound to have intelligent aliens hiding somewhere. All humans have to do is fish them out, and the experts haven't been sitting idle. The search started way back in the 1960s, but chances aren't as slim as they were before. Today, we have scanned over a few thousand systems. In the next few years, we will have scanned close to 1 million solar systems, and that might just be the magic number to stumble upon an electromagnetic signal sent by aliens. Are you excited? Number 17. Memory storage in cloud. The future is scarier than you think. There are experts working on manipulating nanobots to connect human brains to the cloud. This means that you can send emails, texts, pictures, and even your thoughts to the cloud storage, forever perpetuating your memories. It seems like an episode from Black Mirror, but the reality may not be far from it. You can access your memories any time of the day, anywhere in the world. While it seems like a dream come true for people who have a terrible memory, it won't help much in the long run. Imagine never moving on from a terrible breakup because you're stuck with the constant replay of that time in your life. Gotta suck. Number 18. Space tourism. Starship's 4th test flight was near to success. The spaceship entered outer space, taking remarkable images of the Earth. Then it did something revolutionary. The spaceship re-entered Earth and almost came close to where it was supposed to land. Elon Musk believes that it will take only 6 more test flights to get the spaceship running successfully. It might take 100 lucky people from Earth to space and then back to Earth, all in a few days. Number 19. Self-driving cars. Automatic cars are almost here, and we are all ready for it. Experts predict that self-driving cars will be the only cars in the future. You'll only be able to get your hands on a vehicle that runs on petrol or diesel if it is second-hand. That's not all. Self-driving cars might just turn into flying cars too. The new Roadster Tesla is still being kept under the rugs, but Elon Musk is hinting that it might have some pretty crazy features. He is leaving clues all over the internet about how it might just be a flying car. Which one would you be more excited about? Flying cars or automatic cars? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Drones flying everywhere. A company is working on designing a drone that can map any inaccessible zone. They recently sent a drone to map an underground mine. In only 10 minutes, the team was able to virtually reconstruct a section of the mine, about 30,000 cubic meters. If they can pull this off, we can explore all the places that are hard to reach, from pyramids to even Area 51. Who knows? We could get a quick sneak peek. Number 21. Virtual reality vs. reality. Virtual reality is a part of our lives today, but it is about to become the reality of tomorrow. Experts are predicting that every industry will have VR in the near future. People will wear headsets all day, losing themselves in a different reality, one that is designed to cater to you. This might make people lose sense of what's real and what's fake. Number 22. Multimodal AI avatars. If you're thinking about how AI can advance more than it already has, take a look at this. You've already seen chatbots. Make them more interactive and real. That's what the future holds. The multimodal AI avatars are just like chatbots, but ones that can combine facial expressions and gestures with text and speech. So you'll be having more real and richer conversations with AI, making it even more human. Number 23. Lab-grown food. We are already eating vegetables and fruit that have been genetically engineered in the labs. But did you know scientists are working on producing meat in labs too? The process is costly and is coming up with a lot of challenges.
We also monitor what's inside here, but more importantly, what's not here.
But the future will have a home for more of such foods that can be made in the lab without harming nature. They firmly believe that they can lower the killing rate of animals and plants by designing them artificially in labs. Number 24. The new data storage method. Did you know that there are people that are working on storing data on DNA? And it could become a hardcore reality pretty soon. Scientists estimate that a single gram of DNA can hold 215 petabytes of data. A company even started selling DNA synthetic chips for thousands of dollars a pair, each storing 1 kilobyte of data. The company claims that it has a life of 150 years. Experts think it will become the new method. Number 25. Artificial intelligence working in real time. Imagine AI, but even more human-like than before. That's the future of AI that's waiting to just pop open before you. This emerging field will allow AI to work in real time,
striving to outdo each other, which might bring both exciting advancements and potential risks.
It can identify patterns and trends and modify its behavior at that very moment. Number 26. AI-powered brain-computer interfaces. Elon Musk has started the revolutionary era of brain chip implants. Today, you need surgery, but tomorrow, it will become too common. You can probably just put it in any time you want, powering your brain and then putting it to sleep. Sounds like a scene out of a movie, doesn't it? It is not anymore. From communicating through these brain chips to possibly getting mind-controlled, there are many things that are about to become the norm of tomorrow. Number 27. Real-time linguistic translation. Ever had any trouble understanding a language? The future will have a much better answer for you.
Karaoke near here?
Experts predict that AI will become powerful enough to translate languages in real time. There will be no communication gaps or language barriers in the upcoming days. You won't even have trouble understanding accents, and global accessibility will become the new hot trend. Where would you go first if it becomes a reality? Number 28. Sino-American deterioration. All eyes are always on Chinese and American relations. But will these relations remain stable? Experts don't think so. People believe that it is just a matter of a tipping point that will topple these relations and send the world into a state of war. Number 29. Vaccine for AIDS. The epidemic of AIDS has affected over 40 million people to this date, and even decades later, scientists could not build a new vaccine that could outsmart the virus. The future might be very different. Experts think that we are on the brink of a new discovery. The new vaccine will cure AIDS and free the world from this deadly virus. Number 30. An assassination warning for Trump. Many experts think that Trump is going to be in real danger in the coming years. Trump is a primary target for many people. Recently, there was an assassination attempt on Trump, followed by a leak that there is a plot to remove him. Clearly, many people want to remove him before he even tries for the presidency. So this prediction could actually come true. Number 31. The end of cash. Many countries have already ditched cash to go to online payments. Countries like China, Sweden, Japan, the Bahamas, and many more have already started setting up for the change to digital currency. The Bahamas have launched the world's first digital currency. So, it is only a matter of time before cash will become obsolete. Number 32. The Secret Project. Project 2025 is a wish list of Trump that is filled with all these bizarre policies. He plans on putting them into action once he becomes president, and the document is not pretty. It has some pretty harsh rules against immigrants, abortion rules, gender equality, and many more. If Trump gets re-elected, could we see this plan in action from next year? Number 33. The end of roads. The conventional roads that we use today might not be the same in the future. These roads are bound to have an upgrade if the future doesn't have room for manual cars anymore. Countries have already started building solar roads and lanes that can charge electric vehicles. It is unclear how these roads will change in the next couple of years, but their demise has already been written. Number 34. Rise in cyber attacks. With everything turning digital, the new targets for cyber attackers will definitely be on the surge. From smart home systems to electric vehicles and even humans, there are high chance that these attackers will find one thing or another to hack. That's what the experts think, at least. Number 35. Netanyahu's demise. Experts think that Netanyahu's leadership is coming to an end. The United States has already expressed its displeasure with the Prime Minister of Israel. According to several polls, Netanyahu is also losing support in Israel. These might as well be the last of the days that he is being seen as a prominent leader of Israel. Number 36. ChatGPT might change. ChatGPT's birth was a pretty revolutionary invention. But what's next? Experts think that ChatGPT might see a drastic change in the near future. Its layout will change. It will accept more than just text as its input. Maybe direct human thoughts. With the upcoming tech, it might bid farewell to the language barrier and even host more specific channels for education and medicine. The opportunities are all there, and experts think it is high time ChatGPT starts thinking about it. Number 37. China might become a superpower. There are a lot of people who think the United States will lose its crown and hand it to China. Countries have started using their own currency or shifting to another for international trade. This might just dethrone the status of the US dollar sooner than you think. Plus, China is being spotted climbing ladders. Experts think that China is the next best opponent to take the seat of the United States. Number 38. Fake news on the rise. With the world of artificial intelligence shaping up, we are on the brink of changing our reality. There are apps that can create people's videos and images and even replicate their sounds. The quality isn't up there yet, but it is only a matter of time before we see fake news and believe it. Who could even tell if they would be fake? This is why experts are calling the future scary. These deep fakes can even start a war if they are controversial enough for the countries. Number 39. Biological weapon. Back in the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union spent thousands of dollars to create a biological weapon. The countries couldn't do it because the method was too complex. Now the idea is very much possible. Experts think that future wars will be fought through biological weapons that will render the whole country incapacitated. Number 40. No privacy. With the way that we are advancing, there isn't going to be a lot of room for privacy. We never read the terms and conditions, but maybe we will have to in the future. Experts think that the companies will be violating privacy a lot, manipulating users into giving them more data. A single hack into the digital life of a person, and their whole story will be exposed to the world. Number 41. Texting by thinking. You've always thought about it, haven't you? Well, it is about to become a reality. Multiple brain implants that can turn thoughts into texts have already been developed. Around 90% accuracy has been achieved with these implants. They may be scarce now, but they are about to become very, very common soon. Number 42. Complex organ transplants. Many patients are on the waiting list for years and never find the perfect match. Other times, there are no organs available at all. But that's not the case in the future. Researchers are getting more and more successful with cloning organs. They have already developed an e-skin, so organ transplants won't be a big problem in the upcoming years. Number 43. Water as a war weapon. Experts predict water will soon become very, very scarce. This will give countries the chance to use it as a weapon and keep hundreds and millions of poor locals thirsty and in desperate need of water. And that in turn will lead to conflict over the precious resource. Number 44. Climate activist riots. Experts predict that sooner or later, the climate activists we see are about to turn real sinister. While the aim for these groups is just, Some individuals could go a bit too far. All it will take is a tiny trigger point, and these protests will turn into horrifying riots. Number 45. Esports will become the new trend. Esports is an emerging field, but it is expected to rise with a blazing speed. Tournaments will be held online, and people will be joining in on the action from their screens too. Even chess will be played online. Can you imagine? It is $1 billion industry in the making, so you can't really stop it from happening. Number 46. Synthetic social media influencers. Imagine fangirling over an influencer and they aren't even real. Sounds stupid now, but it is the reality of tomorrow. AI will give the internet the freedom to develop fake avatars and build up any kind of story for them. They will be marketed by big companies, and before you know it, they are popular and being loved by thousands. The only problem is that they are fake. How will you respond to that? Number 47. Human lifespan will decrease. As we have found out from ancient civilizations, they have lived longer than modern humans. So, it is only inevitable that humans today will have a longer lifespan than the people of the future. It is expected to decrease slowly, but people won't be living for 100 years anymore. Number 48. American football will end. There is no sport like American football, and I do not mean it is a compliment. The footballers have a pretty real and high chance of getting permanent brain damage. Experts think that either the sport will come to an end soon or be changed to the degree that it doesn't resemble American football anymore. Number 49. Hybrids. Hybrids exist even today. They aren't as scary and creepy as we once thought, but they are definitely fascinating. In the future, though, they will become scarier. Scientists will be diving into creating more and more hybrids and keep on toying with nature. The question is, when will they stop? Number 50. Identity crisis. Today, we live in a world where people are quite fragile with their identities and insecurities. As we march on into the future, the situation is only going to worsen. It will reach the point where people will have no clue who they are and why they are here in this world. It will almost become too robotic to believe anything. That's all, folks. If you liked this video, smash the like button and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.